blessings falling on me. I got weapons, need no on me. Stat like Tetris, you don't know me. Stat my fatty, you don't know me. Okay, hey now, it's a new kid on the playground. So many bags on me, you would've thought I would get spray ground. Now they know I don't play around. I can hear what you're saying now. I just doubled up my flight miles. Coast to coast, no they ain't in town. I get rich, watch then I get a sick watch. Watch me hit the top, I might make a TikTok. Left hand, right hand. Catch the latest trend, I might double up my net worth. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. Made a wish, now I'm here now. It's for real now. I got everything I wanted and it's jumping like for real now. Out the mud, just an upstate boy. Now I'm living like for real now. Ain't nothing, just an action with some muscle. Saying 4 days, I just blame it on the hustle. Got these tattoos on my skin. I promise I'm no trouble. I'm from cash inside the duffel. Now 6 the size of Russell. I get fly, you be crutching on designer that ain't fly. And then I scoop the cat or some the fast when I slide. Burning rubber, they gon' tax me for the tires. It's alright. On my lonely, I just start up that new iron and I ride. Yeah, this is not a trend. Tattoos on my skin. I'm my daddy's twin. I'm a businessman, just like Jigga said. Pennies to an end. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Out the runway, different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my function. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally do so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Get it that I'm never going. Never going.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk. My name is Jaymes Howell, and we've got an exciting episode for you today. The 2022 NFL Draft has just passed. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the draft picks that we got and how that relates to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then we have a game. This is where you get the opportunity to win free Chiefs memorabilia. We're also going to talk about some of the undrafted free agents and some of the old players that a lot of Chiefs Kingdom want back. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my co-host right now. Jace, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Fantastic as usual, my friend.
Excellent, man. What an exciting time, man. The draft was absolutely off the chain, was it not?
As a Chiefs fan, dude, I don't think you could ask for anything better.
Well, and as a football fan, I don't think that I've ever seen the draft this exciting. I mean, I put on Twitter, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I was, wondering if there was a record set for day one trades. They were all over the place, picks were traded, players were traded, AJ Brown and Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. I mean, it was just people were going left and right. But before we get into it, I just like to ask everyone to make sure that you follow us. If you like Chiefs content, we're here each and every single week on Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk. You can find me at Jaymes Howell 1. You can find my buddy Chase here at CR Media 1988. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. You can find all the links are in the description. Let's go ahead and bring this chat overlay up before it gets going. Euro, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you tuning in.
Heck yeah. So Euro frequents my my wrestling stuff.
Nice.
So definitely awesome to have you here tonight, Euro. And then Ultimate Sports Talk. That's my dude Greg. Greg also does he does a bunch of sports content himself, also does wrestling, is a up and coming Twitch streamer. So definitely appreciate y'all joining tonight and showing some love. So
hell yeah.
I've actually
I'll tell you what, Euro and Ultimate Sports Talk Greg. You guys go hit that follow button. What's up, Josh? Nice to see you back in here. Appreciate you. You guys go hit that follow button. I'll make sure I stop in at your page and hit the follow button on yours as well.
Yeah. So Greg actually does. He's actually got a website that he does like a bunch of his Ultimate Sports Talk, and then like he'll do live streams during NBA playoff games.
Nice.
So definitely hit those guys up and check out what they got going on. So
yeah, man, it's great to be able to like just surround ourselves with the same like-minded people.
Absolutely.
So, real quick, I wanted to talk about, like, I made posts throughout the week. I made a couple videos. We threw it out there earlier. I threw it out there earlier in the week. We are giving away some Chiefs memorabilia. And I mentioned it earlier in the intro that you will have a chance to earn spots to win some of this Chiefs memorabilia. Now, what we have up for grabs is an 8x10 of Rashad Fitton. And we also have an 8x10 of Tyreek Hill. Now, both of these are going to go to one lucky winner. We're going to give them both away. They're worth about 120. The Tyreek Hill is about 140, and the Rashad Fitton probably about 90. So, on average, about 120 a piece. You're getting about a $240 value. You get a chance to win it for absolutely nothing. All you have to do is stay tuned and participate in some of the games that we are going to play a little later. And it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. They're trivia games. So don't fret on that. It doesn't matter. It's participation awards. You participate, you earn entries, and it's that simple. We're not going to give it away tonight. We're not going to give it away next week or the week after that. We are going to wait until we have 5,000 followers on Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk page on Facebook. Once we hit that 5,000 follower mark, we'll give this thing away. And we want to give everyone a chance to earn spots. We've got about 7-8 different people in there right now, multiple spots earned. So, it's real simple. Also, Chase, tell them the quickest and easiest way to be able to earn spots into this drawing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you want the up down down left right start select cheat code to get as many entries into this thing as possible, then what I like to do is talk about Super Draft Pro. And Super Draft Pro is the future of daily fantasy sports, guys. So it's not like DraftKings where you're going to pay $1, $2, $20, $50 per game. Super Draft Pro, you pay a membership, and in that membership tier, you will get a set amount of games per day, depending on what's available, to play as much as you want. The tier memberships start out at $20, $50, and $100. So obviously, the higher tier membership you have, the more obviously the higher tier membership you have, the more entries you'll have to win those 8x10 sign things. Obviously, you don't have to. You don't have to, like, this is strictly for fun. As somebody who plays Super Draft Pro all the time, I can tell you it is pretty fun. You earn reward points, etc. But this, like I said, this is the cheat code to make sure that you're going to get as many entries as possible. So I think we talked about last week. The $20 a month entry will get you, 20 entries. The $50 a month will get you 50 entries. The $100 a month one, I think you bumped it up to 150 entries last week, didn't you?
I added an extra 20 entries on there, so it'd be 120.
120 entries. My bad. So
Yep.
yeah, if you guys are skeptical about it, try it out. Try out the 1999 one. Get you 20 entries into those signed pictures. If it's not for you, bail out. You still got 20 entries for the month. So, obviously,
Yeah, well, I don't really care if you go and you play and you love it and you just can't afford it and you say, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I don't care. You just go sign up for it. You get those entries. I'm not going to take those entries away, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, he canceled his subscription. Let me take those away. No, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the easiest way to gather entries, guys. And like I said, I play Super Draft Pro. It's super fun. Like I said, I can get rewards points. I can, they've got a little thing where, if there's not a lot of games going on that day, you can spin a wheel to earn reward points.
Little mini games and stuff
like
like
little
that.
mini games in there. So it's definitely super fun. It's a lot like DraftKings, but a lot of little extra perks that put it in there. It's backed by Caesars Entertainment out of Las Vegas. That's what it came. That's where it originally came from. The idea was okay. Let's stop this. Let's stop penny slots and let's start handing out membership cards. And that's exactly what Super Draft Pro is. So.
Yeah, and it's super, super easy to win. It is formatted a little bit different than some of these bigger daily fantasy sites like, DK and FanDuel and all these other ones. It is formatted a little bit different, but in my opinion, I think it makes it easier to win. You don't have to be one of these fantasy gurus to go or earn money to make the money. You can win and just be a casual fan at the same time.
Absolutely.
All right, my man, let's jump into it. NFL draft, 2022 NFL draft. Let me just ask you.
Year.
Yeah. Let me just ask you this. what do you grade overall? What would you grade the draft for Kansas City? For
For
Kansas City.
for Kansas City, I've been all over the sports websites for the past week, or I mean like the weekend. I mean pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and the there's I think the lowest grade I saw, and this was extremely critical of the Chiefs, but the lowest grade I saw was a C plus. The majority of the grades were A minus. One and I meant to write it down or I meant to put it in my notes because I wanted to bring up who it was to give him credit. It was on CBS Sports. There was a couple of them that gave the Chiefs draft grade an A plus.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't disagree more. I'll put it right there at an A. The only reason I'm not going to go A plus is because everybody will be like, "Oh, you're only giving it an A plus because you're a Chiefs fan,"
Right.
So yeah, I'll give it an A. Absolutely. I mean, they utilized. The Chiefs were able to pick up 2 first round picks.
Uh-huh.
They were able to utilize some of their picks to trade up in the first round. They addressed everything they needed. A lot of people, a lot of Chiefs Kingdom fans, complained about wide receiver and why we didn't take one higher.
Yeah, where's Noah at? I want to know where Noah's at. I didn't see him kicking and screaming up on stage. He
Yeah,
said he was. He said he
that's
was
right.
going
He
to
did.
throw a fit.
Yeah, that's right. He did. I think Starcade Media would be a little bit upset if they lost one of their
Yeah.
head honchos. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing, and we'll get into that a little bit more about like the positions that the Kansas City Chiefs took, and our kind of thought on that. I would say before we get too deep into the draft, the Chiefs addressed everything they needed to, and they also were able to, you know, um, use some of those picks. So, like I said, I can't go lower than an A. Um,
Well, when it
and
comes to the draft for me, there's this old like everyone will always say, well, you don't know how these players are going to turn out, and,
exactly,
and they're right. You're 100% right. But at this point, in order to grade the draft, there's 2 criteria that I look at, right? And that is, did you fill team needs, and did you get value for your picks?
exactly.
You weren't reaching, were you? You weren't going and picking someone in the first round that was a end of a second round talent or a late second round talent, right? And the Chiefs didn't do that. They got great value for their picks, almost every single one of them. PFF had George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie at 10 and 11. We pick them at 21 and 30. We got great value for our picks, and like you said, we filled the needs. We filled
Yep.
needs for defensive back, both cornerback and safety. We filled the need for depth at linebacker. We filled the need for a right tackle. Because we don't know about Lucas Nyang, and so we went and got what was that big old boy's name? Darian Kennard. And Brett Veach says that they expect to play him at right tackle. It's not. There's no secret about that.
Yeah.
Lucas Nyang has kind of had some injury issues and opted out during the COVID year, which I think kind of slowed his development a little bit. Like, it's hard to take a year out of the NFL and then come back and still be the man you once were.
Absolutely.
It's incredibly difficult. But so as far as like, was this a good draft for Kansas City? And what would I grade it? I think it was an excellent draft. I think it was absolutely excellent. Excellent. Now, just like you, I try to reel back that bias because I'm a Chiefs fan, right? So I want to be realistic and be like, okay, are these guys, but it is realistic as I can be. Excellent fucking draft. A plus. I don't want to give it an A plus because like the same reasoning you said. Well, hey, you're a Chiefs fan, whatever. But it was a good draft.
It was a fantastic draft. Like I said, if you're a Chiefs fan, there's nothing to say that nothing that happened in this draft to make you go, oh man, I'm not excited about that.
Right.
And let's address the elephant in the room.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put some ambient music on.
Oh, okay. All right. Setting the mood. Yeah. I like it. But let's address the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is the Chiefs. Chiefs fans. There's plenty of members of Chiefs Kingdom that were upset that first round we didn't go wide receiver, and that we didn't get somebody that they felt was explosive enough.
Yeah.
And it's just wrong. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're with, the NFL or with, if you're a draft expert or whatnot. Here's my stance on the wide receiver argument. And I'll say this and we'll be done with it. If you believe in your heart of hearts as a Chiefs fan, as a loyal member of Chiefs Kingdom, if you honestly believe that the best quarterback under center is number 15, Patrick Mahomes II, why are you going to fret because they didn't get a top 10, top 15 wide receiver? Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, who was there? There was no one there. I think Detroit went and got Jameson Williams. Everyone wanted Jameson Williams. Detroit went and got him.
Well, the argument I've seen, from a lot of Chiefs Kingdom is what the Chiefs made the trades, made the moves to go get Trent McDuffie, but they didn't make the moves to go get George Pickens or any of those other guys. And
George Pickens fell. Here's the thing about the wide receiver. For everyone wanting wide receiver, I understand that you wanted wide receiver. First off, you got one. It wasn't in the first round, but Sky Moore was the Sky with two Y's.
Yeah,
but he's gonna be great. He's gonna be. He's gonna be. And this is just my personal opinion, but he is comparable to like a Julian Edelman. Is he the big, I think I told you, Chase, right after that happened, I said, I don't know about this wide receiver. I said, I'm not so sure about that pick. He's a small guy. He's like 5'10". He has a 34.5-inch vertical. His numbers aren't very good. He's not so fast. But he does the little things correctly that makes up for that stuff.
Yeah.
And so you got a wide receiver. As far as the first round wide receivers go, who was there? George Pickens didn't go until way later in the draft. That would have been a reach. You wanted the Chiefs to pick up a 60th pick with their 30th pick? No. That don't make any fucking sense.
No, and like I said, we can beat this whole thing until it's blue and gone, but the fact is, I've made it clear on this show, and we can make it clear another 100 times. I trust in Brett Veach to do what needs to be done to make this team successful, to put this team in the position that it needs to be in going forward. I also trust number 15 to make the plays and to move the ball down the field with the weapons that we have, and that's that, man. I think that they addressed positions of need in this draft, and they did a phenomenal job with it, and they got amazing value out of a lot of those picks. So,
yeah, because a lot of times when teams will go and address positions of need, like they need to go get these guys, like we needed cornerbacks bad.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll get so focused in on the need that they forget the value. And
Absolutely.
they'll go and they'll reach for someone and they'll go get a wide receiver that yeah, they might have needed, but like the value wasn't right. You could have got someone so much better in that spot. And Brett Veach did a phenomenal job of not falling into that trap this year.
Absolutely. Um, so like I said, we'll have plenty of time in the off season to talk about, to talk about these guys and kind of give
Oh yeah.
our whole thing about it. I want to talk about the draft and the pageantry of it, and what it entailed. That 3-day event, what it did for Las Vegas. It's a huge event. It brings in fans from all over the country, all over the world of different football teams. Like you've sent me, the NFL is looking at expanding teams in Brazil and
Uh-huh.
Europe and
Germany. Yep.
in
Yep.
Germany. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, a bunch of different places the NFL is looking at expanding, and a big spectacle like the NFL draft brings in people from all over the world. And, I saw a lot of content creators. Like I said, I'm very active on.
There
Uh,
he is.
I'll just tell you what it did for me. It gave me COVID. So much for what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh my goodness.
It's not funny you got COVID, Nova, but I'll tell you what is funny. The segue you did into that, like
I'll tell you what it did for
I'm talking
me.
about what the draft did for Vegas and all this stuff, and then Noah comes in. Well, I'll tell you what it did for me. It gave me COVID.
Yeah, what happened, Noah? I didn't see you going running on stage, buddy. What happened there?
Um,
I was
but
looking forward to it, actually.
but like I said, I'm real active on TikTok and follow a lot of football content creators and stuff like that. And a bunch of them got together, for the draft in Vegas. Like it's a big, fantastic event. What it does for the NFL. Um, Very excited for it to be in Kansas City at Union Station next year. Definitely look forward to going. Looking forward to doing some live Jaymes Howell Chiefs talk there. Meeting people, doing that whole thing. Yeah, no, we'll be taking over the NFL draft next year in Kansas City at Union Station. I'm super excited for that event. So,
Yeah, that's
um,
gonna be a lot of fun.
yep. Held out for George Pickens,
You
but
know,
okay with Sky Moore.
with that situation, I think that like, okay, so they traded back with the Patriots, right? And they traded back 4 spots. And I think that okay, we know that George Pickens came in and had talks with Kansas City before the draft, and that they were communicating and all of that. So I really think that they thought that George Pickens was going to be there 4 spots later, and then got burnt by Pittsburgh. And,
I think so. I was watching that, and as soon as Pittsburgh picked George Pickens, I was like, I wonder if that's going to change anything. So
yeah, yeah, and so I that was my initial thought, and then with Sky Moore, I was like, damn, that's probably a reach. And then of course, I went and did my research on it and looked at some game film, looked at his stats from his collegiate career, and I mean, he's solid, man. I'm actually pretty excited about Sky Moore.
I am too. I think that while we have talked about, you could see the Kansas City Chiefs offensive scheme changing a little bit. You could see Reed and Bieniemy and Nagy turning this a little bit more into a West Coast offense.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you're still going to have guys that can go out there and stretch the field and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully go up and get the ball, like what Pat Mahomes likes. You
Yeah,
know, to be able to throw that bomb down the field and let a guy go up and get it. You've still got a couple of guys on this team that can hopefully do that. So,
Yeah, and Mahomes has already said something about the size of his targets down there.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not throwing to Tyreek Hill anymore. He's got a pretty big body receiver down there in MVS. And you know, and a couple passes that they're working together, and a couple passes that he thought he overthrew, they go up there and get it. MVS and Juju, they go get those balls easily.
Yeah. Yep.
COVID sucks, by the way, if you haven't heard. Fever off and on Saturday through Monday. Still coughing, but starting to improve. Just glad I didn't get symptoms till I got home. Justin Ross from Clemson, I'm excited about, even with the neck issue. And you know what?
So
That the whole Justin Ross thing, that's on the rundown because we're
it is.
excited too.
It is.
Let me get back on camera.
Noah, I feel you, brother. I got COVID in the summer of 2020, and it sucked really bad. It was not thankful I didn't have anything, but I mean, you know, I had a couple days where I just laid in bed and I had the nastiest cough, and it felt like somebody was sitting on your chest the entire time. For like 3 or 4 days straight, I just felt like somebody the size of me was sitting directly on my chest. You know, which sometimes I'm cool with, but you know, not
Not in that context. Oh,
but
Noah, hey, bro. What's up on some of those shirts, man? You know, I need to grab one of those. I need to get one of those. You know what I'm talking about. The bowling shirts that y'all had out there. Let me know.
I thought they were pretty clean, so I think
I couldn't tell if they were in Las Vegas or Miami.
Can you
Can I
bowl?
bowl? Actually, is the question can I bowl, or is the question can I bowl well? Because yeah, I could bowl.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I don't know how familiar Noah is with the Kansas City, like the suburbs around Kansas City, but we used to I used to work at that bowling alley we used to frequent at, and
Yeah.
and no matter how many times I bowled, man, I was not very good. I started to get a little bit good there towards the end.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, when I moved to Texas, I told myself when I moved to Texas, I was like, I'm never walking in another bowling alley again. You know, after working at one and whatnot. So
I got pretty decent for a little bit, but you know, they had Winchester, whatever lanes out there in
yeah,
Harrisonville. I bowled a 289 out there. And so that's my high game. I usually carry about a 160 average, but I've lived
I,
here my whole life, and that would probably lead you to believe that I'm familiar with the surrounding suburbs, but you'd
but
be
you'd be
wrong.
wrong. Yeah. No, I feel you, man. My wife is like she is a human GPS. You know, we'll go somewhere once or twice, and she'll remember the road to get there. If it's simple, I'll remember it. You know, if you stick on the same highway, get off one exit, maybe take a turn or two. You know, I can remember it for the most part, but like she can remember all the turns, all the stuff, and she can look at a map and go, oh, we can take this alternate route. So, and she's lived here her whole entire life, so she can tell you where to go. You
Yeah,
know, I'll
I'm
say, hey, do
terrible.
they have a Chick? I'll be like, hey, do they have a Chick-fil-A where we're going? And she'll be like, oh yeah, it's right here. Go down this road, and that's where it is. And I'm like, okay, cool. I couldn't go down the block and get back home without my GPS.
I
Yeah,
feel it.
no, I
Hey,
hear you, man.
Noah, you're up north, right? I just moved up to Excelsior Springs. I think I'm pretty close to you now.
I I'm gonna miss this house in St. Joe when I go when training
I
camp
can't
starts.
believe you're getting rid of that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
I can't. I mean, I know why, but
yeah.
yeah, Liberty. I was talking to the IHOP over there in Liberty about a job recently. But yeah. Anyways, uh, breakdown of all the draft picks. No, I don't want to do all the draft picks, but we could talk about a couple of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Um, so yeah, Trent McDuffie was a huge pickup. Um, Brett Veach said before the draft, before the or during the offseason, the beginning of the offseason, he said he was going to focus on the defense. We go out there and we get 7 out of 10 picks on the defensive side.
Donnie, what's up?
Yo, what's up, brother? Detailed film breakdown. Yeah, you'll be waiting. I can't even say the name, bro. Nazee Johnson. But what I'm most excited about is not even really the draft picks. Like I'm excited that we got defense, and we got a defensive back right off the bat. We went and got a safety, and that's cool and everything. But what gets me most excited is value picks, right?
Absolutely.
And so then I go to, and I know we're going to talk about this later, and I'm skipping ahead, but I go to undrafted free agents, and this Justin Ross kid, right,
Yeah.
from Clemson. That's what got me the most excited out of everything that happened all draft weekend.
Yeah, and we just talked about, wide receivers that can go up and go get that ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what you're going to get with this Justin Ross kid. You're going to get a receiver that's going to go up and go get the ball. You watch a lot of highlights. He was one of Trevor Lawrence's top go-to guys at Clemson.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. When Trevor Lawrence would throw that ball up there, he'd go up and get it. And he's very agile. He can make guys miss running in stride. So, it's just another weapon for Patrick Mahomes to deal with.
He's 6'4", 205 pounds.
Yep.
I mean, big old fella.
Yep.
And so he was projected by a lot of people to go in the first round. All right. Then he has a spinal injury. His whole career is a spinal condition. I'm not exactly sure the details on that.
Yeah.
But apparently he's good to go. I'm sure the teams have done a physical on him, or whatever, they due diligence, checked into it, and he's good to go, is what they're hoping. And I mean, we go get a first round talent, second round talent, even third round talent, maybe, as an undrafted free agent. I mean, how can you not be excited about it?
Yeah. No, and Noah kind of hit the nail on the head. I would be willing to bet money that he makes the 53-man roster, if not the practice squad.
Bet money. I'll bet the whole entire farm on it.
I would rather see him on the 53-man roster rather than the practice squad, because I think if he goes to the practice squad, I think you could see another team swoop him up real quick. So
yeah, but they might do something funny, like he said, the PUP or the IR. They kind of did that last year with a couple players where it was like a mysterious IR type of deal, and it's really, they don't really want to put them on practice squad, or it's speculated that they don't want to put them on the practice squad because they'll be sniped off of there.
Absolutely.
And so that's probably what will happen. Like if he doesn't make the 53, I don't think he'll go to the practice squad, but he'll probably go on physically unable to perform or something like that, especially with the history of having a spinal condition. They'll be like, oh, no, it was inflamed or whatever, and he's not able. They'll figure out a way to retain him. But, yeah, I agree with him 100%. So we got Trent McDuffie, right?
Yes.
Am I saying that right? Yeah, Trent McDuffie.
I mean, looking at that name, I don't see there being another way to say it. So,
well, I didn't know if it was like I was unsure about the last name. If it was actually McDuffie, it might have been something else. Yep. But yeah, I was just unsure about it. But yeah, Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington. Fun fact. The last time the Chiefs went and drafted a cornerback in the first round, that player was also from Washington.
defensive rookie of the effing year.
That's
So
right.
I
Yeah,
I
Marcus Peters.
I told you I told you that there is a voice clip that my friends have of me yelling.
Yeah.
We used to do voice clips on our group chat when
Uh-huh.
we watch football, and there's a voice clip of me screaming Marcus Peters Defensive Rookie of the Year. I almost brought it onto the show for when we talked about the Marcus Peters Trent McDuffie connection,
Yeah.
and then I was like, nah, better not. It's really loud and it's really a lot of expletives in there. So
Right. So I'm super super excited about this guy. He did incredible in college. Obviously, that's why he was a first round talent. Um, I don't want to go too far into like breaking down each individual one because there's a lot of off season left, and we'll
absolutely,
probably get into it on other shows. Um, so we'll just move on to our second pick, George Karlaftis, the Greek Freak. What was your thoughts? What was your thoughts on this pick?
I I was surprised the Chiefs took George um, because I expected them to go wide receiver here, um, and I was nervous. I didn't I like I said when this pick came up, I was like, okay, this is the wide receiver pick, so we can get this out of the way. And then when they picked George, I was like, I like this.
Oh,
George is a George is a nasty dude. He's a bully. We
yeah,
talked, and we talked last year about Trey Smith being a bully. We're going to spend a lot of time this year talking about George being a bully.
yeah.
You're going to see George has that um, uh, the defensive end from Vegas. Um, I can't think of his name. The top the Raiders number one player. Um, that guy is a big bully, and you're going to see George. George is just like that. So, um, help me out here, guy. Who's that? Who's that guy's
I'm
name?
looking it up, bro. I'm drawing a blank too, brother.
Max
Chat,
Crosby. Thank you, Noah.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
need.
So
You just got to utilize your fact checkers, bro.
absolutely. So, Max Crosby, Jared Allen, not the size, but the playing style you're gonna see from George. George is a very nasty player, and you're gonna see him push some people around.
Ugh.
You're gonna see George could draw a lot of yellow cloth for roughing the passer, um, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
So as long as it doesn't become an issue, like a big issue,
yeah.
but you're gonna see some yellow cloth being thrown at George for roughing the passer because he's just a big mean guy.
Well, I'm also, I'm okay with that too, as long as it's not like untimely and undisciplined penalties. But
Yeah,
like, if you're getting back there and you're smacking the quarterback over and over again, even if it's late, you're gonna speed up that quarterback's internal clock.
yep,
So you might take that 15-yard, but I guarantee you, he's thinking about it the next play, and
absolutely,
he's rushing it. He's rushing and rushing and rushing because he has to get rid of it even quicker now because he knows that it doesn't matter if he gets rid of it or not. He's still gonna get hit.
yep,
So he got to do it even faster. And it will affect a quarterback's mental, you
of
know.
course.
So we kind of talked about Sky Moore a little bit. I'm not trying to get too far into it. We're just doing a general recap of the draft. Brian Cook looked like a phenomenal pickup at 62. The safety. Now, since we're talking about safety, I'll go ahead and bring up the fact that Tyrann Mathieu did sign with the New Orleans Saints. If you didn't catch that, that is a fact. He did sign with the Saints. He's going to go join his best friend, Daniel Sorensen.
Speaking of Daniel Sorensen, Noah just pointed out that the biggest story from the draft, Leo chose number 49 someone had to tell him to choose a different number. You know, it can't be much worse, Noah. So,
Yeah.
and right after Brian Cook, yes, the Chiefs took a linebacker with their first third round pick, their only third round pick, in Leo Ch- Chanel or Chanel.
I'm not sure on it.
Chanel.
Chanel?
I don't know.
Yeah. Leo.
My mom still has a bottle of Chanel perfume. I think it might be spelled a little bit different, but I expect big things from Leo, but I never
Hey,
want to see that number again. They should.
wasn't Tony Richardson 49? What number was Tony Richardson?
I think he was 49, wasn't he?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean there is a negative stigma with the whole Daniel Sorensen, but be optimistic. Look at the positive side of things.
yeah. Did we mention that that or yeah, no, we mentioned Tyrann Mathieu with the Saints
Yep. Yep. He
and
went
and
to the
and
Saints.
yep, and his friend Daniel Sorensen he was 49, but Daniel ruined it forever. He did. He
Yeah,
did.
yeah, he definitely shit all over that number. There's gonna be a stain on that motherfucker for a while.
Josh,
um, you said what?
I was gonna say Joshua Williams in the fourth round from Fayetteville State University.
Yep,
That'll be an interesting one to break down. And then we had Darian Kennard,
yep,
a guard who will
yep,
probably fluctuate to tackle, like you mentioned earlier,
yep.
from Kentucky.
Brett Veach
Uh,
had mentioned that they drafted him so he could play right tackle.
yep.
So there's your competition and possibly that last piece of the offensive line.
Yes. Sky Moore and Joshua Williams, big hands, whatever the hell that means. Big feet. That's what that means.
Yeah, yeah. You wear big gloves.
And then,
You know what they say about people that have big feet, right?
yeah.
They wear big shoes.
um, and then with their 3 seventh round picks, we've got a Jalen Watson, Isaiah something, and then the Nazi Johnson. Um,
I just
and
want to go ahead and toot my own horn here because you did ask me if I thought that they were going to take one of those seventh round picks and move up, and they did. So
yeah, yep.
you know, so I just want to.
We had some pretty good calls when the because I know you like right when the draft started, you were like that. I think the Chiefs will move up.
Yeah.
How far they move up, I don't know, but the Chiefs will move up.
I
And
said I said about the 19 to 23 range
yep,
is where
that's
I
right.
thought that their target zone was, and they go to 21.
So, um, this this week's game of guess the Chiefs player is going to help you gain a little bit of knowledge about some of these picks, and as we break them down, by the time we're done breaking these down when the season starts, you guys will know everything you need to know about the Kansas City Chiefs 2022 NFL draft selections. So
All right. So do you want to let's go ahead and do that when we come back from break. We're running a little long tonight. So I'm down with absolutely taking
okay,
a break. Um so let's go ahead and go to break,
yeah,
and then when we come back, we'll look what guys, while we're out on break, make sure you hit that share button and get some Chiefs fans in here, get people in here that want to win this 8x10. They're both of them. This one is Rashad Fitton 8x10. This Tyreek Hill 8x10. It's super, super easy. When we come back from break, we are going to play this game, and that is going to be your opportunity to earn entries into this drawing for free. So we'll be back. Yeah.
I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally do so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. 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 Never going.
I don't know why it went to a black screen. Going up, going up. All right, Chase, my man, you ready to do this thing?
Si, senor.
All right, guys, it's game time. Make sure that you play along. This is your chance to earn free entries into the Rashad Fitton and Tyreek Hill drawing. Make sure you hit that share button so we can get everyone in here and give everyone a chance to win this. Oh man, my monitor about just fell. That was not good. My monitor just like slid off my desk.
Oh snap!
Yeah, that was not good.
Give me 1 second, my friend.
No problema. All right, guys. Like I was saying, this is gonna be your chance. Chase is gonna come back here in just a second. He's gonna quiz us. He's gonna give us a couple little trivia things about the draft. This is gonna be your chance. All you have to do is participate. Hit that comment section with the answers, and whether they're right or wrong, don't even worry about it. We're just here to have fun. You get entries no matter what. All you have to do is participate.
Participate. Okay. My I was using my cell phone as a camera. And I guess it looks plugged in. I guess it wasn't, but my phone just went like shutting down. I was like, "Oh, time to switch to the webcam."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. We're having all kinds of issues, right? My monitor's falling off the desk. Your phone's going dead. Yeah.
That's all right. It wouldn't be a good night with Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk if we weren't having some technical difficulties.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's never ending.
Never.
You know,
All
hopefully
right.
next week we could get it up on OBS. That would be where it's at.
Agreed.
So,
Okay. So let's
and trust me, guys, I'm terrible at this trivia stuff. Chase gave us the easiest of easy last week, and I still struggled.
well, and it's funny because I was going the original idea was that we were going to go through the draft picks and kind of give a little bit of details about them. But
Yeah.
we kind of flipped it, and we're like, hey, let's extend the thorough breakdown of the draft picks for later in the season. So we have content to go throughout the off season.
Sure.
So now you're really going in blind.
Yeah.
So now it's really going to be hard for you. So give me 1 second here because my virtual camera shut down on me with OBS. So I'm gonna bring these bad boys up a different way here.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. What we got here? Okay. Cool. Cool.
Hey,
Nice. Like that.
This music in the background, bro. Kind of groovy. Oh. Oh.
I like it. All right. Let's do
A little groovy. Yeah, man, big draft. I was super stoked about the draft, man. I'm super stoked to be able to get in it and break down some of this stuff because this means big things. All right, here we go.
All right. So this is our first Guess the Chiefs.
All right. I don't know what happened. His camera just froze up.
Player, NFL Draft Edition. So this draft. What about now?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. All right, you look a little bit better now. Huh. Chat, let me know. Can you see Chase? All right, all right. It looks good.
Are we good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But it just got real choppy there for a second.
Okay. I was freaking out because I was like everything was good, and then you were like, oh, wait a second. All right. So on this Guess the Chiefs Player NFL Draft Edition, I see him, but he's lagging. Seems to be better now. Okay. All right. So this player transferred to St. John Bosco High School in Bellflower, California. Played in the All-American Bowl. He played in all 13 games as a true freshman in college, and he went to the University of Washington.
Mm-hmm. All right, chat. Let me know who you think it is. I know who it is. I just want to give y'all a chance. Give y'all a chance. That's my Midwestern accent coming out. Transferred to St. John Bosco High School in Bellflower, California. Played in the All-American Bowl. I didn't know that about this guy. I didn't know that.
Played in all 13 games as a true freshman in college.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the giveaway. Went to the University of Washington.
Yep.
That's the giveaway.
That is.
All right. I'm going to go with Trent Duffy. McDuffie. I said Duffy. McDuffie.
That is correct, sir. That is correct. All right.
All right, Chad. Don't be shy now. Get in here and earn you some tickets. No idea. All right. Fair enough.
All right. So the second player,
I'll give you a ticket for that. just for putting the comment out there. Just for being honest, I'll give you an entry for that. I know you a Jacksonville fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't let Josh win the 8x10.
Well, if he's gonna be the only one that participates,
he would just give it away to one of his mechanics at Pepsi.
Yeah, or maybe his co-host.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You know that just happens to be a Chiefs fan.
His dad's a big Chiefs fan, so
yeah.
I think most of his family's Chiefs fans, except for him.
Well, then what the hell happened with him?
his sister announced that there was something in the water when he so Donnie said Tyreek. Donnie, these are NFL draft
from the draft.
Okay. I didn't know if Donnie knew, if Donnie just came in and
I don't know.
Okay. Or if he's being funny. Either way. So this player is ranked number 8 in his position of draftees. He played QB in high school. He started out as a defensive back in college before switching to the position that he was drafted at. He stands only 5'9".
All right, Chad, let me know who you think it is. I think I know who it is, but I'm probably wrong.
Yep. I think I messed up saying started out as a DB in college before switching, because there's quite a few players that we drafted that were under the 5'10" mark. So
yeah, and right there, your second note there, played quarterback in high school. I find that really interesting because this staff, this front office that the Kansas City has, loves former quarterbacks.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
Noah Gray, I believe, was a former quarterback.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, of course, and I'm sure there's others, but yeah, they love former quarterbacks, and I think it's just because they can think like a quarterback. They
Yep.
want to be able to try to get them on the same page as Patrick Mahomes, and if you could think like a quarterback and you know what your quarterback's wanting you to do, then it kind of makes sense. It's what it is. Donnie says Sky Moore. That's what I was thinking with Sky Moore.
That is correct. That is correct. It was Sky Moore. So,
all right, Donnie got himself one.
There you go.
Donnie got like 15 now. Hey, it's gonna make it real easy on shipping and handling.
Well, you know what? Real easy on shipping and handling. But Donnie's consistent, and that's good. Good for Donnie, man.
Yeah, that's the key, man.
Yep, consistency is key. All right, so this one I wanted to try and make a little bit harder. This player ran a 5.31 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. So probably a dead giveaway that this isn't a wide receiver.
Big boy here.
This player grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he is a 2-time first-team All Southeastern Conference player.
Okay. You're right. Now, this one is a little bit harder. Ran a 5.31 40-yard dash. You're looking at a bigger player. Yep. My first thought was maybe George Karlaftis, but I think, he was a little bit faster than that. Man, I don't know, man.
Noah, these are players from this year's draft. So, Donnie, it is not Leo.
Grew up in Tennessee. Yeah. I'm right there with Noah on that one. That's what makes sense to me. And then it went to Kentucky for college, maybe.
That's my rundown, not the.
Oh, Jesus! I thought that was mine.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do?
I can.
Uh-oh, you're lagging again.
Completely forgot I was sharing screens. I was like, I went to go move. I went to go move it, and I was like, oh wait.
All right, yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Darian Kennard.
Well, you would be correct in Kennard. So Josh kind of hit the nail on the
5'9".
No, that was the other one. That was the other one. Sorry. Where was it? It was this one. Boom.
Okay. All right. I was like, wait a minute.
When I moved the screens, I bet it moved. Or that's my bad. So yeah. Like I said, Josh kind of hit the nail on the head. Darian was pretty sure Kennard was the only SEC player drafted was Kennard. So
yeah.
I'm a little shocked that Josh knew that. So
no. He might not be a Chiefs fan, but he can Google real well.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the game for this week, guys. Like I said, usually usually want to do 3. Sometimes we might kick it up a little bit. There might be 3 to 5 players we'll do for this game, and then also the fact that guessing and all that good stuff helps you get entry spots, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
this is about. We want to get you involved and get you some entry spots to win those 8x10 involved in this, and try to make it this one I wanted to do draft picks, but like as the weeks go on, we're gonna see. I'm gonna do second, third string players. I'm gonna do players from 20 years ago. We're gonna make it a little bit hard, and so your guys's role is to get involved, get you some entries into this giveaway, and to help Jaymes out, because like I said, I'm gonna try and make it pretty hard for Jaymes over the next few weeks, next few months. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna need you guys there. I'm gonna need you there to help me out with these, because this is not my area of expertise.
yeah.
So, all right, my man. I think there's just one more thing that I really wanted to talk about tonight, and that was Melvin Ingram.
That is correct. Yeah, we already went over the undrafted free agent that we wanted to talk about. As weeks go on, we'll talk about any other undrafted free agents that the Chiefs pick up. But the one we were super excited about, we kind of already covered. Melvin Ingram, it was announced that he received the unrestricted free agent tender, and
which is super rare.
It's
it's not very common, but what that ensures is that if he leaves, if he goes and signs someplace else, that'll go into the formula for our comp picks, right? And then if he doesn't sign someplace else, and I forget what the date was, but it's by a certain date, he doesn't sign with someplace else, then we get exclusive rights to negotiate a contract with them. And I believe it's at 110% of his. It's a little over $4 million.
Yep. Yeah, it's 110%, and it is it's through July 22nd.
July 22nd,
or the first scheduled day of the first NFL training camp, whichever is later.
Yeah. So that tells me a lot. First off, it gives me a little bit of inside view into the organization's mind. And it tells me that Kansas City is not ready to let Melvin Ingram go.
No. Brett Veach said today. I watched his press conference while I was making the graphics for the game. I was sitting there drinking my coffee and listening to Brett Veach talk, and they had asked him about this thing with Melvin Ingram, and he mentioned hey, we Melvin Ingram was a huge part of the team last year, which he was, and we want to keep him on the team. We want him to succeed, and that. I couldn't agree more. So,
yeah, and I think having a guy like Melvin Ingram in there for a guy like George Karlaftis to learn from, and pick up these little tips and tricks that only experience can give you. I think that's going to be crucial for the development of Karlaftis.
Absolutely,
and it's not going to hurt. The Chiefs had the 29th ranked pass rush last year, at the bottom of the league. And so things kind of did turn around when Melvin Ingram came in. Now, let's get this straight. It wasn't necessarily Melvin Ingram's production himself. It was the fact that, he did all right, but he freed up Chris Jones to do his thing and be the
back
superstar.
Into the middle.
Yeah. To be the superstar that he is at defensive tackle.
Absolutely, yeah. The move to bring Melvin Ingram in, put him on the edge, and he was able to, because at that time, for whatever asinine reason, our defensive coordinator was putting Chris Jones at defensive end, so it freed that up to where Chris Jones could go back in the middle, bring the attention to him, get double teamed. And like I said, it freed up opportunities for Melvin and for for Frank Clark to put pressure on the quarterback. Not get to the quarterback because obviously the sack numbers don't meet those expectations, but
Yeah.
there was still
He
pressure
had
being put on quarterbacks.
he
So
had one sack. Melvin Ingram had one sack in 9 games, 9 regular season games with Kansas
yep.
City. They're not keeping him around because of the production that he had. He didn't have a ton of sacks or whatever. Now he did have 2 sacks. Now, I know somebody's going to come back and be like, "Oh no, he had 3." No,
Yeah,
he had
absolutely.
one. He had 1 in the regular season in 9 games, and then he had 2 in the postseason, which those are clutch. Those are big time sacks. We needed those in the moment.
Yeah.
And now that's what everyone's going to remember is those big time plays and big time moments. And that's why most people are like, "Oh no, he was the savior of our defense." No,
No.
no.
Like I said, the pivotal piece, and we've talked about on this show that when the Chiefs brought him in, it was originally, there was no big thing that changed anybody's mind or anything like that. It was just there was other small little pieces that the Chiefs did, like I said, that were able to free up Chris Jones. Put pressure up the middle on the quarterback to make them, make plays different, cause disruption. So
Hey, Josh, I appreciate you tuning in, buddy. I'll catch you next time.
I'll catch you Thursday night.
Yeah, I will too. I've been trying to get on there, on your guys' shows as well.
We're interviewing. We actually we've got a local independent wrestler that we're going to be interviewing on Thursday night, so it's going to be lots of fun. So
Cool. Let's talk about that after the show. I got some things to talk to you about.
absolutely.
I'll kind of give you my knowledge that you don't have to pay for it. I pay way too much for it.
There you go.
All right, my man. Yeah, no, Melvin Ingram. Do I think that appreciates Donnie? Do I think that it's a good thing that they bring Melvin back? Yeah, but is it like the Melvin Ingram of 7 years ago? No, man. He's more of a rotational piece now.
Yeah.
And that's good. Everyone's got their role, and especially like aging players. We find a lot of aging players that just settle down into their roles, and that's great that he's kind of accepted that. So, all right, my man. Well, that does it for me. Any last thoughts before we jump off of here?
No, like I said, man, fantastic draft. Super happy with the way it worked out for the Chiefs, and
Yeah.
I'm even more excited for the coming weeks to break these picks down even more and talk about what's in the future for Kansas City, and like I said, man, I can't hammer enough how much I want to talk about or how much I want to emphasize that Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk will be leaving a humongous mark on the NFL draft next year. So,
oh God, I cannot wait for it to be here in Kansas City, just a hop, skip, and a jump away. We're gonna be working hard to try to get that credentials that we need. If not, Noah, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm gonna be hitting you up. Hopefully we could just be sitting next to you. Y'all could be with Star K Media and we can be with Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk, just doing our thing. What's up, my guy?
I guess he's getting blurred because of the background.
Yeah.
We're closing out, dude. You wanna give us how about those Chiefs?
How about those Chiefs?
Come on, a little bit more emphasis.
Come on.
Man.
How about the Chiefs?
There
we go. There we go. All right, guys. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to hit that follow button, that like button, that subscribe button, the notification bell, whatever it is that you have to do to make sure that you never miss another episode of Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk. My name is Jaymes Howell, and for my legendary co-hosts, that way, Chase Riley, we are out. And as always, stay legendary, my friends.